Hello and welcome to your own channel. Let's talk business once again. Many people ask me a lot of questions from my previous video presentations. Some of those questions are really good and some of those are really common. So I thought that it may be a good idea to make a short video presentation explaining those questions rather than sending individual responses. It may help others too. So I decided to make a series called Knowledge Capsule. So before picking the first topic in this series, as always, there is a lot to know, lot to discuss. So let's start talking business. So here is our first knowledge capsule. What is the difference between a consortium and the line slip? But before that, let me show you a quick consortium brotherhood story. Ah, here I am. I'm Ravi Shankar. I'm having more than 16 years of experience. You already know. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me on my Hotmail, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Really simple, straightforward. So here's the movie, The Consortium Brotherhood Story. Funny movie. So to understand the difference between the consortium and a line slip, you need to understand the concept of delegate authority in London market first. I have already covered the delegate authority business extensively in my previous video presentations. You can know more about it by clicking the information button on the top right corner of the screen. In simple terms, you can say that the delegate authority is a way of transacting business by empowering other person or organization to perform tasks on your behalf. The DA business is an important source of business for Lloyds. I mean, they are getting close to 40% of their business in this way. So that's the reason, right? DA is also one of the critical component in their modernization activity or modernization program, which they call as the future at Lloyds. In the London market, the managing agent who are managing syndicate operation can give their underwriting authority to someone else to accept the business and settle the claim on their behalf. So the question is, whom managing agent can give their authority? Well, a managing agent can choose to delegate its authority to another insurer, or maybe a set of insurers, brokers, or maybe completely different entity altogether. A delegation of authority business can be done in many ways, like cover holder, service company, Lions Lab Consortium. Today we are talking about the Lions Lab Consortium. Tomorrow we will talk about the service company and cover holder. Maybe we can cover it up in next knowledge capsule. So this is just a simple background information. Now let's talk about what is consortium and what is Lions Lab and how they are different. Well, a consortium is a group of insurers that have formed an agreement to accept the risk together in a set of proportion. For example, if four insurers group together, they might agree to accept the risk like 25% each, or they might agree that one will take always 40% and remaining three will take 20% each. It can be anyways, right? So basically, whatever they agree, the general practice is that all risk written by the consortium setup subdivided among the individual members of the consortium in a pre-agreed way. When it comes to the risk, the consortium agreement set out all type of risks that they are willing to accept and what kind of risk they are not willing to accept also. So it is clearly set out. Among the consortium participants, one of the insurer is designated as the consortium leader or manager, and the consortium leader is the one who is responsible for accepting the business on the behalf of the consortium participant. So the broker visits the consortium leader and the leader accept or decline the risk on behalf of the consortium if required. And the consortium leader sometimes can also manage the claim. It's that simple because he's the leader. A consortium is generally set up for 1 year. And just like syndicate, each consortium has its own 4-digit unique identifier for that particular year. Every consortium has its own stamp, which the consortium leader can use on the slip to indicate each consortium's member agreement to take the share of the risk rather than having to put every insurer's stamp down separately. It is very time consuming. When the DXC is processing the premium, they will divide the share according to the risk proportion what has been agreed before, right? So they will divide the premium accordingly. So now let's talk about some of the benefit of the consortium business. Now, if you see from the broker point of view, the placing process is potentially shorter as a consortium can usually accept a larger share of risk with one visit and one signature. That's it. Rather than single insurer acting its own, rather than an individual insurer accepting the risk. This makes the life of the broker really easy. If you see the benefit from the consortium follower point of view, you can find that the consortium member or follower have access to the business without needing to see the broker, thus saving time and effort. In many cases, the consortia is set up by the specialist insurer in the niche area, such as oil rig or space shuttle launch insurance. And this will give the opportunity to follower to share the risk, to participate in the risk, or maybe to learn from the leaders. Mostly consortium agreement having a provision of commission and fees to the consortium leader in respect of their responsibility and administration what they are providing. So this is kind of a fees what consortium members pay to the leader. Now coming back to the line slip, the underlying concept of the line slip is very similar to the consortium, but the key difference is the line slip consists of the set of insurer that had been brought together by the broker rather than insurer creating their own group like in consortia case. So in another word, the broker set up the line slip arrangement by grouping the insurance together, whereas in consortia, the insurers set up their group by their own. There is no broker involvement. That's the reason, right? They can accept the business from any broker in the consortia pool. The broker find a number of insurers who are interested in writing the similar business or in a similar term or usually high volume and low complexity risk. So he can bring all those kind of insurers together to form a line slip agreement. The line slip can be put together using a market reform contract or MRC, and they will put the individual share over there on the MRC. Just like consortia, within the line slip terms and conditions, there is normally a provision that one participant insurer will act as a leader or manager and agree any risk attaching to the line slip on behalf of the others. In some situations, the line slip business where each participant insurers is still agreeing their own participation. So in this case, there is no delegation of authority involved. So what is the purpose of this kind of a line slip? You may be thinking. The purpose is really simple. It will help broker to say their potential client that they have a pre-agreed group of underwriters already in place and which will help to accept or maybe evaluate your proposal, the insurance proposal, and all this transaction will be happen really fast because I'm having the pre-agreed group of underwriters. Simple as that. Now, couple of other things, line slip is also known as the facility business, right? And the broker can present the individual risk sometime as a declaration if the risk property is quite unique. There are two more terms which is frequently coming into the line slip business called bulking line slip, non-bulking line slips. These terms indicate that the broker can aggregate the premium presented to exchanging or DXC in a bulking line slip, or whether the premium for each risk in the form of declaration under the line slip must be presented individually to the exchanging or to the DXG, right? In the bulking, they will aggregate the premium, produce, to the exchanging or DXC in one go, whereas in the non-bulking case, they will present the premium on a case-to-case basis, just like an open market. So this is the quick information, or this is the quick knowledge capsule about the consortia and the line slip. Well, that's all from today's presentation. I hope you have gained some knowledge here. Goodbye. Take very good care of yourself during these pandemic days. Bye bye, and I will see you soon in next video presentation. Bye bye. Take care.